What's up and welcome to question 3, how to build a Slack bot, first coding tutorial. This tutorial will be a Slack bot that when called upon will fetch a random picture of a dog from the internet and display it in Slack. Let's get started. Alright, let's visit api.slack.com/bot-users. There we're going to create a new workspace, we're going to verify our email, then you're going to name your company or team, and then create a channel. The channel is where all of the dialogue will take place with you and your Slack bot. It's where all the magic happens. Next, visit api.slack.com/apps. This is where we will create our actual Slack bot app. So go ahead and create app, name that, and then select the workspace that we just made. Now you're going to go ahead and turn on /commands, create a new command, and this is where we will put in our get dog function. For the meantime, put in a filler URL, so just google.com. We'll come back to that, and then a short description. So this will get us a picture of our dog. And then there's some additional info, but you go ahead and save that, and now your /command is created. Now we're moving on over to Firebase. So go ahead and go to console.firebase.google.com to get a list of your Firebase projects. Go ahead and create a new project, and this is what we'll be using for the Slack bot tutorial. So go ahead and create that, and then you follow the on-screen instructions for configuring Google Analytics. And once your project gets all finished up, we're going to head on over to functions, and you can follow along with their on-screen instructions or in the blog post. So go ahead, and what you're going to do is get your terminal open, and so this is going to install our Firebase tools. Drag that down. Okay, so then what we do is we type in npm install-d Firebase tools. And this will get us our entire suite of Firebase tools to have the command line interface ready to be able to interact with Firebase. Next, we're going to go ahead and make our directory for our Slackbot tutorial. So go ahead and make the folder of your project name, and then go ahead and cd into that directory. Next, we're going to initialize Firebase to that project. We're going to select what we want. So we want the functions, and then follow along with these other on-screen instructions. And these will link to our current Firebase project, so that way we can pull in and do everything right here in the terminal. So once you click through those, now the app is getting initialized. Alright, so now go ahead and open up your favorite code editor. So once we get Atom open, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cd down into our functions directory, and we are going to run npm install Axios. Axios is a promise-based HTTP client for the browser and Node.js, which we will be coding in Node. So this will allow us to do our GET request to get our random dog picture. Go ahead and grab the code from developwithJB.com and paste it into your index file. So what's going on in this index file? First, we have our cloud functions and our admin SDK that we are going to import, so we have access. Now we're going to import our Axios, which we just downloaded, which we'll be using to call out and use our GET request. So getting into the function, so our exports.dog is now an HTTP endpoint that on request is going to execute this async function. So once the payload comes in, we're going to pull that off of the request body. And with Slack, the best practice is to respond initially right away, so that way your user knows that the app is working. There's no delay or downtime. We're then going to grab the response URL from the Slack payload, so then we can post our response once we've done our execution of the command. So we're going to go ahead and Axios get out to dog.ceo, which is a random free API that returns a dog image. Once that's returned, we're going to take our random dog response and we're going to take off the message, which is the image URL, and we're going to put it into a nice Slack payload that we are then going to run an Axios post with that response URL that we pulled off of the original Slack payload with our new message. And then this will return into there. So let's see what that looks like. Then we're going to run Firebase deploy only functions. This is going to now deploy our getDog function to Firebase, so then we can hit it with our endpoint, our slash command in Slack. So once that's finished up, go ahead and grab the function URL, and we are going to head back on over to our Slack app in our command. So we're going to edit that and replace our filler URL with our function endpoint URL. So now when we are in Slack and we go to run our command, so slash getDog, we now hit our deployed cloud function, which then returns the picture of the dog. Thanks for joining on tutorial 1. We'll see you next time.